Hi, this is Freya with your next singing tip. Thanks for tuning in today. Today I want to talk about how can you sound more emotional when you sing. So whenever you sing a song, you don't want to sound neutral. You want to really bring the point across and just have people be glued with their ears and with their eyes on what you're doing and what you're singing. So if you want to find out more about how to sound great and emotional, stay tuned. So you can already hit the pitches perfectly, you have great intonation, and you have a vibrato, all that kind of stuff. But sometimes it seems like there's a little element missing, and maybe that's just that little pinch of sound, of color in your voice that makes everything sound more emotional. Have you ever thought about what do you actually do when you are truly emotional whenever you're speaking? You do all kinds of stuff with your voice. You do all kinds of acrobatics. It's actually amazing what the human voice can do. Just imagine you're sitting there with a friend in a restaurant over a burger and fries, and you're just having a relaxed conversation. So I'm talking to my friend, yeah, it's a wonderful day. How do you do? How have you been? Oh, this food is really great. And then all of a sudden, the ketchup drips on your nice new white shirt and you go like, oh man, no! And then you see a person walk by that you can't stand at all and you just grumble like, oh man, do you see that person? He's done something terrible to me. I don't like him at all. Next thing you know, your friend tells you something really amazing. You're like, no way. Ugh, I can't believe that. So do you see how many voice colors we actually use in the course of normal conversations? However, a lot of times when we start to sing, we just sing very cleanly and everything is just perfect, but it's just really lacking that little element of voice color of that, oh no. It might sound funny when you do it like this as an exercise, but it's really true. Pay attention to what people do when they speak. And as a matter of fact, also, if you have great singers that you admire, listen to them and you will find that a lot of times it's not just that clean sound. Sometimes there's a little bit of, some people call it dirty sound, but it's not actually dirty. It's actually that pinch of emotionalness that is in your voice, which is very human, and that's the element we actually want to hear in order to really believe that someone's actually going through all this. So let's do a little experiment here. Now I'm singing a phrase so clean. Now let's do it a little bit more emotional. Let's do it like, I really miss someone. And I'm just heartbroken that he's not here. Now I'm not singing a very clean phrase. Did you hear that heartache in there? And had some vocal fry in it. But instead of explaining all the technique about it, I think it's so much more helpful just to access our memories and what we do when we truly feel that way. Now, if I sang the phrase like I'm really aggravated, it would sound different. Now I'm singing a very dirty phrase. You see, I changed a lot of things. I changed the attack, I did it more glottal, it sounded more hard, I did it more flat, it sounded a little bit more wide, and that's just how I expressed my anger. Now, if I really loved someone and I was singing something very tender, it would sound different. Now I'm singing a really tender phrase. So you see, you can have so many voice colors. It makes such a huge difference. And to me, it's so much easier trying to think of what would I do if I were speaking that way and how do I really feel than explaining all the technique about it, because you could go into all these details, what you actually do technically, but then it gets really artificial and stiff, and that's what you don't want. You want to sound genuine and authentic and real, and in order to do that, You need to allow those voice colors to get into your voice. A lot of times we're just afraid, or we're conscious of like, okay, I don't know, this is embarrassing if I do this. But it's the same way like an actor has to access all those voice colors in order to sound credible. Otherwise, it's just neutral and I won't believe a word he's saying. And that's your job as a singer, to make it real and authentic and to not be embarrassed about anything that you do, but just to let it all out. Dare to do it. Take a chance. You can't really do anything wrong. It's like, okay, when you practice, that's your time to make your mistakes, or, you know, something goes wrong vocally, it didn't work out, but take those chances, especially when you practice. Start taking chances. Don't be on the safe side when you perform. That's boring. And also, always playing it safe, you won't learn as much as taking a risk and maybe falling flat on your face, something doesn't work, your voice is cracking and you're not getting the pitch. But that's so much better because you're learning to handle your voice and you're learning where your limits are and what voice colors you can get. So it's so much more fun to let this all happen and to allow it. So this was my vocal tip for today. Maybe you feel really motivated now to try and access all your voice colors and be really, really emotional. If you like this video, I would really appreciate it if you gave it a thumbs up and also left a comment if you'd like to. If you have not already, subscribe to my channel. I upload a new singing tip video every Friday. And also I have a blog that you may want to check out under freyasingingtips.com, which I will link up below. And now, of course, all that's left to say is always keep on singing and always keep a song in your heart. Have a wonderful day. Bye.